Welcome! Today, we're diving deep into one of the most practical and honestly profound chapters of the Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 6, the Yoga of Meditation. This is all about the inner journey, right? The art of taming your own mind. And it all kicks off with a question that gets right to the heart of everything. Seriously, just take a second and think about that. Is your mind on your team? Is it a clear, calm ally that helps you out? Or is it a relentless source of distraction, anxiety, and just noise? This isn't just some philosophical warm-up. It is the absolute core of our explainer today. Because according to the Gita, the answer to that question literally shapes your destiny.
All right, so first things first, let's get our terms straight. When you hear the word yogi, what's the first image that pops into your head? For most of us, it's someone who's totally renounced the world sitting in a cave, right? Well, the Gita is about to challenge that image with a definition that's way more integrated and, frankly, pretty surprising.
Okay, now this slide lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got the common idea. A yogi is someone who does nothing. But the Gita's definition, it's a game changer. It says a true yogi is someone who does their duty, who is active in the world, but, and this is the key, without being attached to the results. So the real work isn't about quitting your job. It's about quitting that selfish craving for a specific outcome. True yoga, it turns out, is about mastering your desires, not your duties. And this whole idea of mastering desire brings us right to the main arena, the battlefield within, the mind. This chapter frames the mind as this incredibly powerful tool that, depending on how you handle it, can either be your greatest ally or your most dangerous enemy. This verse you see here, this is pretty much the cornerstone of the whole chapter, and it's a huge statement about personal responsibility. What it's really saying is that the power to lift ourselves up or drag ourselves down lies entirely within us, and the instrument for doing both is the mind. It's not some external force acting on us, it's an internal reality we've got to deal with every single day. And this slide just breaks it down so clearly, right? These are the two potential paths. When the mind is your friend, it's controlled, it's calm, and it leads you toward peace and spiritual growth. But when it's your enemy, whoa, it's uncontrolled, it's flickering all over the place, and it literally becomes the source of your own downfall. So the takeaway is huge. The state of your mind isn't just a passing mood. It's the actual trajectory of your life. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do you turn that wild, crazy mind into your best friend? Well, the amazing thing about this chapter is that it doesn't just leave us with philosophy. Nope. It gives us a detailed, practical roadmap for taming that internal landscape. So let's dive into it. So the foundation for this practice is the classic eightfold path, Ashtanga yoga. And as you can see, it's a complete system. It's so cool how it starts with the external stuff, like ethical principles and physical postures, and then it moves progressively inward. You go from breath control to withdrawing the senses, all the way to deep concentration, and then finally, samadhi, perfection. It's like a holistic ladder to self-mastery. And the text gets incredibly specific about the how-to, as you can see right here. It talks about needing a clean, solitary place, a specific kind of seat, a perfectly straight posture. And notice the details about lifestyle, moderation in everything from eating to sleeping, and the mindset, fearless, focused. This makes it crystal clear that this isn't just some casual hobby. It's a disciplined science that involves your entire being and even your environment. And this is the goal. This beautiful metaphor from the text gives us the perfect image of what success looks like. A mind that is so steady, so focused, and so undisturbed that it's like a candle flame in a place with no wind, perfectly still, perfectly bright. That's the state of a truly conquered mind. Now, I'm guessing that after hearing all this, a little thought might be creeping into your head. Something like, yeah, right, this sounds completely impossible. Well, if you're thinking that, you are in excellent company. Because the great warrior Arjuna, the guy actually receiving these instructions, feels the exact same way. And his moment of doubt is one of the most human and relatable parts of the entire Gita. Just look at the words he uses here. Erratic, disturbed, powerful, stubborn. He compares taming the mind to controlling the wind itself. I mean, that's an impossible task, right? For Arjuna, this isn't some abstract problem. It's a raw, real struggle. And by voicing it, he's basically speaking for every single one of us who has ever sat down and tried to quiet our own mind.
And what's so powerful here is that Krishna doesn't dismiss his frustration. He totally gets it. He says, yes, you're right, the mind is incredibly difficult to control. But then he offers the way forward. He gives two essential tools for this seemingly impossible task: consistent practice and a spirit of detachment. It's a simple formula, but as we all know, simple definitely doesn't mean easy.
So this, of course, leads to the next logical and maybe slightly panicky question. What if you try your best at all this, but you don't reach perfection in this lifetime? Is all that hard work just gone? Wasted? Well, Krishna's answer to this is one of the most profoundly reassuring parts of the entire text.
Okay, let's just trace this incredible journey laid out on the slide. The Gita says that if a yogi falls from the path, they don't lose their progress. It's not a failure. First, they get to enjoy the results of their good deeds. Then, they get reborn into a family that's perfect for their practice, either really well off or full of wise people. And here's the kicker. Their past spiritual efforts create this automatic magnetic pull, drawing them right back to the path. The journey just continues, lifetime after lifetime, until success is finally achieved.
So what's the bottom line here? It's that no spiritual effort is ever lost. You can think of it like a universal system of spiritual credit. Every single sincere effort you make, no matter how small it seems, is banked. It all counts towards your ultimate success. It's an incredibly hopeful message that champions sticking with it, perseverance across the long, long journey of the soul. And then, in the very final verse, Krishna brings it all home. He defines the absolute highest type of yogi. After laying out this whole amazing system of mind control, he says the best of all is the one who abides in the Supreme, who meditates with love and who worships with unwavering faith. This is bhakti-yoga, and is presented as the real culmination of everything, the most direct path to that ultimate connection. So after this deep dive into such an incredible chapter, we're left with a really practical question. Let's forget about trying to control the wind for a minute. What's one small, manageable step you could take today? I mean, maybe it's just a single controlled breath, a moment of mindfulness, or one act of detached service to begin that process of turning your mind from a foe into your greatest friend.